Hello everyone. In this video, we will try to understand the definition of God. God is obviously beyond the definition. You cannot limit the definition of God into the mere words. Rather, I would say we will try to understand God as a philosophy. So let's try to understand some of the characteristics of God so that it will help us nearly visualize what and how a God could be. God is immortal. That means a God cannot be destroyed, he cannot be ended. God is eternal, infinite, and indefinite in time and space. That means God is the one who doesn't have a beginning or an end. God is the one who is not limited to any specific shape or volume in space. When we look at these characteristics, some people misinterpret it as God doesn't have a shape. In fact, we should interpret it like God can take any shape and form because there is no space, shape where there is no God. God is omnipotent. That means God is the strongest and capable of doing anything and everything. God is omniscience. God knows everything. There is nothing that is not known to him because God is omnipresent. God is present everywhere. Okay, so with this, we get some of the questions like why do we have so many forms of God? Especially in India, we have millions of gods. These different forms of God are the different forms in which human beings tried to see God. Human beings have limited thoughts, and our visualization is limited by our intellect or imagination power. We tend to see God as supreme form of what we are or what we like or what we feel fascinated about. Perhaps monkey thinks God is a supreme monkey. Dog thinks God is a supreme dog. Yes, everyone is partially true when they think that. Because God is everything, but not limited to anything. God is everything that you can ever think of, but God is not only what you can think. Let's try to understand some of these qualities and aspects of God with the help of a set theory. Okay, let's consider God as a superset of everything. In a set theory, what we call it as a universe. So this entire universe or a superset is God. So we see animate and inanimate things in and around in the universe. Inanimate things include a lot of big galaxies, stars, and planets inside it, cosmic rays, etc. Okay, let's try to drill down a little more. Consider our Earth. In the Earth, on the Earth, we can see a lot of objects around us. Okay, it can be a duster, a computer, a pen, water, air around you, your modem, your mobiles, be it anything. I mean, every possible object that you see around you, that's that comes in the inanimate things inside this superset of God. Okay, we will drill down again. So every object around you is made up of something called atoms, which you can say the smallest particle. So even those atoms are nothing but the subset of this entire superset, who is the God. Okay, so let's again drill down into the atom, which is the protons, neutrons, electrons, the photons in the cosmic rays. So everything, every possible granularity that you can drill down to is a subset of a superset called God. So there is nothing, not even a single point where God is not present. Everything that you can imagine of in this universe is just a subset of God. Okay, let's move towards animate things. You see human beings, plants, animals, creatures, bacteria, amoeba, everything. Okay, human beings. Let's drill down a little more. Human beings are nothing but a subset of God. Again, human beings have organs, which are nothing but again a subset of God. Let's again drill down. All the organs are made up of the life cells. Even they are the subset of the superset called God. Let's again drill down a little more. So every cell is again made up of plasma, mitochondria, nucleolus, nucleus, lot of things, which are again subsets of God. So a nucleolus inside a life cell is as good as a God as a human being is, because they they in turn are just the subset of a superset called God. Okay, now I believe we got a platform to understand how vast a God can be, and God cannot be limited to some form or a shape, because the entire universe that you can imagine of is God, and everything that comes in that universe is just a subset of God. Okay, so is are the human beings God? Yes, but is God human being? No. God, human beings are just the subset of God, but God itself is not just human beings. God is beyond human beings. God is plant, God is galaxy, God is star, God is ray, God is water, God is air, God is everything, but not only human beings. God is also human beings, but not only human beings. So God is only a duster. God is also a duster, but God is not only a duster. Okay, so that's how we have to understand the existence of God in every possible thing that you see around you. Okay, here I would like to make a reference to two great philosophies uh, advocated by Sri Shankaracharya and Sri Madhvacharya. Shankaracharya advocated Advaita philosophy, that means the non duality, and Madhvacharya advocated the philosophy of Dvaita, that means the duality. What Shankaracharya said was God cannot be two. So the God, the God in animate things, God in inanimate things, God in you, God in me, God in duster is all the same. They are not different from God. So what he said was the famous quote, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the God. Because he didn't see the objects and the creatures not different from God. What he said is the human beings are nothing but the God. But what Madhvacharya advocated was the human beings and the God are two different entities. Of course, human beings are the subset of God. Just because they are the subset of God, the existence of human beings cannot be obsolete or overlooked. I hope that that's making sense what I'm telling. Okay, so the ultimate goal in the ancient Indian mythology was to get one into this superset of God. That's the because me, you, your friend, you're all different objects. You're not alike, you're not same, you're not the God. You are just a subset of God. And yes, your ultimate goal should be to get one into that ultimate God, which is the superset. So, so in brief, Shankaracharya said the all the elements, the objects, the people around you, what you see is a myth. It's all the God. Everything is same and everything is God. Whereas Madhvacharya advocated that no, they are all different things. Physical world exists. It's not a myth because everyone has got intellect, different intellect. Everyone has a different sensation. Everyone has a different perception. Everyone has different capabilities. Everyone has different characteristics and capabilities. And you are given an opportunity to make use of your life according to your caliber to reach that ultimate goal of getting one into the God. Okay, after looking at it, we get a couple of more questions probably. Then, if we can find God in every anything and everything, and if we can find God everywhere, why do we need temples? Why do we need a place where you should be sitting and praying God? There are two simple reasons. One is everyone needs something or some object or some form or some shape in front of you to focus and concentrate, because you can never concentrate or focus on a null or a void or a blank. You need some form, and that's what the ancient sages have drilled down, and after a lot of analysis and calibration, they have come to the forms of gods, which can help you to focus on, concentrate, and do your duties towards God. Okay. Now, the second reason is, uh, for example, we will try to understand this with a couple of more examples. Let's say, consider a wood and a metal. The way wood reacts or respond to fire is definitely different than how the metal reacts to the fire. The wood burns, the metal melts. The wood does not allow the heat to flow through it, however, metal allows it to do. So, what I mean to say here is every element has got its own characteristics and features, and depending on the caliber and capabilities and the characteristics of each element, it has got its importance. Okay. uh, s- Suppose, yeah, we can give a famous example of electricity flowing through a bulb, a low voltage bulb, and a high voltage bulb. It's the same current that flows through a zero bulb, a low voltage bulb, and a high voltage bulb. Just because the low voltage bulb's capacity is low to hold the electricity, the electricity, it glows dim. That doesn't mean electricity is dim. It's the ability to hold, it's lesser ability of that bulb to hold that electricity. It's not the limitation of electricity, it's the limitation of that object. A high voltage bulb glows very bright with the same electricity. Its ability to hold that electricity that makes it glow bright. So, though the God is present everywhere around us, it particular places, particular shapes and forms make it more obvious to treat it as God because of the extra ability of those places and the shapes and forms that makes uh, the concept of God more bright, and that some forms and some shapes help you focus more than some forms do. So that was a quick introduction of how we can visualize God and how we can try to understand the existence of God. I hope this helped you all. Uh, Thanks all for watching.